In this video, let's take a look at how DocuSign can handle multiple people in the same document. So what we see here is we're in this document, in this browser. It's a different browser here. And the primary user that is logged in is the one that is up front. We also have another user in here, but at present they're secondary, but they're in the same document. Now if we look over on this side, different browser, but same document, then we see that this user is the primary, and they notice that another user is in there as the secondary. So right out of the gate, two people can be within one document. Now, can they edit that document at the same time? Or what can they do with this document at the same time? So it's going to be a little hard to try and do something simultaneously, but let's just add a comment. And adding a comment here. Purposes of same place, same time. Let's post that. And what we're going to see now is that comment is here and that comment shows up over here. Let's add another comment. Again, two different browsers, two different logged in users. And we'll just do comment 2. And we'll post that. All right. So clearly, DocuSign with two different browsers is able to keep track of the user as they are performing some comments for this. And let's look at the comments text here. So that appears, and the comments text here, that appears. Let's add another one over here just to see will something else, what appears in the comments. And we're going to do an at mention here, and we'll pick the CEA assessor. We'll post that, and it does show up in both the comments threads. So you can see this working quite nicely for purposes of at least the comments and tracking. Okay, that's great, but it's not really making changes to the document. That's a little bit of a different story. So to make a change to this document, let's try to do that by going to our options up here. Now we can download, that's not going to help us, but we can go to edit. And if we want to open with Office Online or open with Google Documents, then we have the ability to have more than one person in that document at the same time making changes. So this is important when you have multiple people in the same organization and they want to modify the document. They're going to be able to do so with either of these two choices. The document is effectively inside the Microsoft environment at that point, and depending on how it is configured, it will allow for the users to do simultaneous changes. And here now we've opened each document again in their respective browsers, and we can see here that the other party that was in the document at the time inside CLM, they are visible. So I'm not this user, I'm the other user on this side here, so that's me here on this side, and I'm able to say, okay, that user here is now here, that user here is here, so we can make some changes. Let's do that, and let's see how we get. And you can see with the Office Online approach, you have the coordination between multi-users in the same document. So presumably this would address any issues of people wanting to work in the same document at the same time. Definitely in the Office Online it is possible. And it would need to be tested for Google Docs, although the same experience should be had there. Once the users are completed and have finished their changes, then the users would finish up and return back to the CLM to finish whatever they needed to do there in terms of moving it to the next steps. And what you basically can do is switch it over to a viewing mode, so that locks in those changes. It's finalized what's gone on for purposes of the DocuSign CLM. Same here. Just a best practice really to allow you to get back and make sure your changes are saved. And if we were to refresh this here and come back here and refresh this here, you will see that those changes are now present there. We'll close this up and we'll close this up, and these were the changes that were made. And if so desired, to view red lines or other modifications. So if we want to compare the version that we have right now to previous versions, we can compare it to version 2, and as we'll see on this side, once that compare is completed, it should show the history. And here again, as we compare to version 2 on this side, the results will be returned, and there are the changes that were added. And as we can see, the changes that were made are visible in both instances, with both people still in there in their respective states. Thanks.